$3.6 billion a year, $10 million a day. That's the price Yuri Orlov demands to keep the gate sealed for as long as Japan wants. Reiji Sugimoto, the newly appointed leader of the Draw Sword Guild, is stunned by the absurd amount. With chilling calm, Yuri replies that this is the price Japan must pay if it wants to save itself. Compared to Thomas Andre, this is pocket change. He charged $36 trillion, Yuri scoffs. And then he throws the challenge. Do Japanese hunters really want to save their country? Or are they going to back down because it's too expensive? And finally, he drops the real question. Do you even have the luxury of choosing? Your situation is so desperate that even crawling to me in tears wouldn't guarantee my help. Reiji stays composed and comments on Yuri's overconfidence. And I have every right to be confident. Yuri replies with a sarcastic smirk. Better than wasting money hiring hundreds of hunters just to watch a dungeon break loose. Kanata Kayama and Minoru Hoshino immediately move into a defensive stance. Even without understanding Russian, they can clearly feel the contempt in Yuri's tone toward Japan. But before they can react, something overwhelming hits them. Their bodies freeze completely. Yuri Orlov's power has just manifested. An invisible barrier locks the hunters in place. Without his permission, no one can move. If you think you can walk out, go ahead and try. Even as S-rank hunters, panic sets in. None of them can understand how another S-rank could paralyze them so effortlessly. It feels like invisible chains are wrapped around them. Yuri stares coldly at the group. I can seal an S-rank gate, even if it means risking your lives. So, what do you say sounds like a good deal? Meanwhile, Heiji, the representative from the Japanese government, assesses the situation calmly. He knows Yuri's powers are real, but convincing the government to pay that kind of money? That's a whole different battle. Even so, he understands one thing: time's up. Their only chance ... is to bet everything on this man. In Korea, soon Jin-Woo is about to leave. I'll be right back, he says to his mother, who watches him anxiously. Are you sure I shouldn't be worried? She asks. Surprised by the question, Soon smiles gently. No need, it's just a meeting. I'll be back soon. After saying goodbye, Soon checks the time. Exactly 1 minute left before the Temple of Kartanon activates. The system had finally revealed where to use the key. And to his surprise ... it was at his sister's school. When he arrives, the building is blocked off. A portal had appeared. Inspectors from the Hunter Association are watching the phenomenon in disbelief. How is this possible? One of them murmurs. Soon walks closer. One inspector tries to stop him, but freezes upon recognizing him as Soon Jin-Woo. Ignoring the reaction, Soon asks, how long has the portal been here? A female inspector answers, 3 days, 3 days. Soon frowns. The system told him when the key could be used, not when the gate had appeared. That place had been corrupted for 3 whole days. It was a C-rank gate, not the most dangerous, but still. Did the hunters already go in? He asks. Yes, 2 hours ago. Soon's eyes narrow. Cancel the raid, right now. The inspector is shocked. What? But the reading said it's a C-rank. Soon meets her eyes firmly. They're in danger if we don't act now. They're all going to die, she hesitates. How could he be so sure? But there's no time to question him. Without another word, Soon Jin-Woo steps into the gate. He had to act now. I'll get you all out of there, he says, determined. Inside the dungeon, the hunters had pushed forward as far as they could. The ground was littered with monster corpses. They'd won many fights, but now stood before a massive closed door. This must be the boss room ... double quotes, one of them says. But why wouldn't it open? Now what do we do? They try everything, but no magic works. The door won't budge. After all their effort, they're stuck at the very end. That's when Soon Jin-Woo appears. It's a trap, he warns. The hunters spin around. Startled, who is this guy? He steps forward and answers, a survivor of the double dungeon. Recognition hits fast. Wait, he's Jin-Woo. The S-rank hunter. The group is stunned. And Sung reveals, this place is far deadlier than it looks. Leave it to me. Get out now. But when he tries to open the gate, he realizes it's sealed. There's some kind of magic locking this ... Just then, the system sends a message. The doors to the Temple of Cartanon are sealed. Use the key. Sung understands. So this is what the key was for ... He activates the item. The doors swing open before him. The hunters are in shock. How did he? They had tried everything, nothing worked. One of them steps forward, serious. Excuse me. This dungeon was claimed by our guild. You can't just kick us out, the others not. Even as an S rank, Sung has no authority to take over like this. But he replies calmly, I'm not stopping anyone. If you want to go in, be my guest. A hunter hesitates ... Then steps forward. But he doesn't have the key. The system denies him access. And then, one of the statues moves at insane speed and strikes a deadly blow. In a flash, Jin-Woo pulls him back. Boom. The statue's sword crashes into the ground, exploding with force. The hunter, in shock, realizes he would have died if not for Sung's quick reflexes. Sung looks at the group, still want to go in, dead silence. He continues, that's how things work here. Listen carefully, get out now and alert the Hunter Association. This dungeon ... is actually a double dungeon. With that, Sung walks through the gates. As he does, they slam shut behind him. Inside, torches begin to light, revealing stone figures around the room. Knights in armor ... silent musicians. And at the center, a statue holding the commandments of that place, and just beyond, the colossal statue of God, seated regally on its throne. Sung surveys the scene and takes a deep breath. This is where it all began. It's the same double dungeon where he was reborn, where he awakened his powers. But this time ... something felt different. He could sense it. These statues aren't enemies, they're not even alive. They're just puppets. The real enemy was still hidden. The entire chamber was soaked in intense mana. Sung stares at the statue of God and mutters, so it was you all along ... double quotes. Suddenly, the statue's eyes glow brightly. Sung smirks, not going to say anything? He steps up to the statue holding the commandments. No message. Isn't it time to speak? And then ... a hooded figure slowly lifts its head. Its eyes glow with a dark smile. At last ... You've come to me. Sung narrows his gaze. Who is this ... It's clear now, the other statues were just pieces on a board. But this figure lurking in the shadows, this ... was the true enemy of the double dungeon. National level hunter Yuri Orlov lands in Japan. He's a Russian S-rank hunter specialized in support magic, specifically barrier creation. His mission, to contain the S-rank gate that has opened in Tokyo by raising a barrier around the rift. That way, Japan could buy time to deal with the threat before the dungeon completely breaks. At the airport, Yuri is treated like a celebrity. Reporters and photographers crowd around, fighting for space to get a shot and ask for a statement. How do you plan to block a gate that powerful? One journalist asks. Yuri smiles, full of confidence, the same way I've done with others. I'll create a massive magic circle around the rift. Once I channel my mana into it, nothing will be able to get out. Whatever's inside will stay trapped. The press and public are stunned. He's claiming he can hold back an S-rank gate all by himself. Skeptics quickly ask what he says to those who doubt him. That's when Yuri reveals a key detail. Keeping the barrier active with my own mana alone would be impossible. However, the type of barrier I use draws energy from the environment. If we spread a large amount of magic stones throughout Tokyo, the circle will absorb them automatically. It's like starting a car once activated. The barrier will run on its own and grow stronger over time. He raises his voice, his tone firm and provocative. I'm going to save you all. Just don't forget who made that possible. These are the bold and arrogant words of Yuri Orlov. Across the screen in South Korea, the president of the Hunter Association, Go Gun-hee, watches the broadcast closely. He mutters, "I don't know if Yuri Orlov can really contain that gate. But I know exactly what will happen if he fails." At that moment, Inspector Woo Jinchul enters the room. "How has Hunter Seung Jin-Woo been doing lately?" Gun-hee asks. Jinchul answers immediately, "He's been clearing multiple gates around Seoul. Every location mentioned in this report was requested by the Jin Guild." Gun-hee flips through the document, surprised by the number of gates. "This might stir up trouble," Jinchul continues. "Some of those locations fall under the jurisdiction of the White Tiger, Hunters and Reapers guilds." Gun-hee smirks. "Looks like a new guild is on the rise. And one hunter who's worth more than several guilds combined." Jinchul nods in agreement. "Did they give a reason for requesting all those gates?" Gun-hee asks. "Yes," Jinchul replies. "They said it was for personal reasons and asked the association to trust them. They promised to clear all the gates within a week." Gun-hee leans back, thoughtful. Everything seemed under control. Suddenly, Jinchul's phone rings. "Go ahead, answer it," Gun-hee says. "I've got a meeting now." Jinchul picks up. On the other end, his subordinate sounds urgent. "Sir, we just got a report. You need to see this." "What's it about?" Jinchul asks, already worried. "Remember the school where that Orc Gate incident happened?" "Yes, what about it? Another gate just appeared in the same location and ... It's a double dungeon." Jinchul's eyes widen. "Another double dungeon? It was nearly impossible. The odds of this happening again were astronomical." "Any other info?" he asks quickly. After a pause, the subordinate says, "Yes, Hunter Seung Jin-Woo has already entered the gate." Jinchul's heart skips a beat. What in the world was happening inside that place? Inside the temple of Kartanon, blue flames flicker in the torches, casting airy shadows through the heavy darkness. Suddenly, the statue holding the commandments begins to move. With a single flap of its wings, the creature unleashes a violent, oppressive wind. But Seung Jin-Woo stands firm, facing the threatening figure head-on. Then the commandments of the temple begin to crumble. A deep, booming voice echoes across the chamber. "At last! You've made it here!" Jin-Woo narrows his eyes. He shattered the commandments like they were nothing? Those sacred words that once ruled the temple now meaningless before this being. Seung stares at him, trying to understand. "You're the one who brought me here, aren't you?" The statue nods, yes. Jin-Woo clenches his fists. He wants answers, then tell me. "What exactly are you?" But the being just smirks. "That's not the right question." The chamber falls silent. "Instead of asking what I am ... you should be asking what you are." Jin-Woo's eyes widen. "What?" The deep voice continues. "This will be your final trial." With a snap of its fingers, all the warrior statues in the hall come to life. Their eyes glow red, radiating killing intent. If you can survive until the end, all your questions will be answered. That will be your reward. Within seconds, the statues charge at Jin-Woo. Without hesitation, he calls out, "Rise," but before his shadows can respond, the figure snaps its fingers again. "That's not how you'll fight." Then a notification from the system appears in front of Jin-Woo. System notice all class-specific skills have been locked until the end of the trial. A chill runs down Jin-Woo's spine. He can't use his shadow soldiers. "What I want to test ... is you," the entity says. "I don't care about the power of your servants." System notice all healing, consumable items, and bonus effects from completed quests are now disabled until the end of the trial. The weight of the moment crashes down on Seung Jin-Woo. There's no escape. He's trapped in this hall, with no way out. The statues begin to close in. Now he understands. "So this is your game ... double quotes. Everything he prepared was stripped away in seconds. Suddenly, one of the statues lunges with brutal force. Jin-Woo readies himself. His thoughts zero in on the only loophole left. That means ... the inventory is still available ... With no shadow soldiers to rely on, he had to face these enemies with nothing but his own hands. A stone blade slices through the air, aiming straight for his face. Jin-Woo narrowly dodges, the razor-sharp wind brushing past his skin. But instead of retreating, he grabs the blade mid-air, gripping it tightly. With one precise movement, the stone weapon shatters into pieces. Without missing a beat, he snatches one of the sharp fragments and hurls it with perfect aim. It strikes the attacking statue right in the head, but it's still moving. Jin-Woo doesn't hesitate. He dashes forward, leaps into the air, and lands a crushing kick, driving the shard deeper into the statue's skull. Finally, it breaks apart, but the battle's far from over. Another statue charges at him, swinging a massive axe with deadly intent. Jin-Woo draws his Demon King daggers, and with a swift slash splits the weapon clean in two. My turn now. With an agile leap, he plunges both black daggers straight into the statue's head. The creature collapses into rubble, but more enemies are coming. A stone archer takes aim and fires an arrow faster than the eye can track. Jin-Woo reacts instantly. He slices the arrow in mid-air with a single slash. Before the broken pieces hit the ground, he spins and kicks one shard back with full force. The arrow tip slams into the archer's head, shattering it completely. In just seconds, soon Jin-Woo has taken down 3 enemies. He takes a deep breath, his blood surges, adrenaline burns in his veins. It's like my entire life was preparing me for this moment. From above, the statue of the commandments watches him closely. Even while limited to a human body, he's made it this far ... double quotes it murmurs with a smile. You've grown so much. The being hovers above the temple of Kartanon, witnessing the bloody spectacle unfold. The statues fall one by one. Jin-Woo doesn't waver. He dodges, he strikes. He reads every move with precision. I can read their moves now ... double quotes, he thinks. Before, they looked like they were teleporting. Now I can see everything. The statue smiles again. You've truly evolved ... but that smile quickly fades. However, it's still far too soon to end this trial. The ground rumbles. A thunderous sound echoes through the temple. Jin-Woo spins around, eyes wide. What he sees takes his breath away. The colossal statue of God ... is rising to its feet. While Jin-Woo was busy with the Stone Knights, a new and terrifying enemy had awakened. The statue grins coldly. It is time ... to worship God. The sound of stone grinding against stone fills the chamber. And finally, the statue of the commandments reveals its face. Right in the center of its forehead, a radiant gem gleams with blinding light. There it was, the true master of the temple of Kartanon. Thanks for watching until the end, and see you in the next video.